here. We've started.
Woo! Sorry about that, everyone. We had every technical difficulty under the sun, which is how we always choose to come back to our streams. So, welcome.
Welcome.
Let's do a recap. What do you two remember, Winslow and Miles?
Shopping!
I was the best. And we slayed the dragon. Mostly because of me, and also Harold.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah.
80% me, 20% Harold.
Fantastic. So then after you fought the dragon, you guys came back to town. You dropped off the journals and such to the church from the catacombs. And right where we ended was essentially you guys were out and about kind of shopping, doing some like possible gift exchange or shopping for yourselves, when you noticed outside the Thieves Guild a bright-haired, probably about 15, 16-year-old was kicking a guy or two out of the what you guys know as the Adventure Guild Hall, and she was just like, "Knock it off, you all!" and just kind of just kicking the crap out of these dudes. And that is where we ended our last session.
I don't remember that part, but I'll take your word for it.
It's at the very end. I double checked because I was like, let me make sure I remember this being introduced. And from there. So, that is what you all witnessed. Because you all rolled very bad on your perception, as in the only person that saw it was you, Miles.
Of course.
In theory, but I made everyone pass because this was a pivotal moment.
Oh.
Yay!
So, well, don't tell us that. That's not...
Yeah.
Makes me feel less special. Not by much,
good.
but...
It's all good. You at least look at this person and you recognize they look kind of familiar somehow, but just a little different. Kind of like similar, but not similar enough to where you're like, is that? No. And also, you guys look around and you realize that Zeminiar is just gone. He was just there walking over to the tailor's, and then you realize he's just, poof, vanished.
Well, we already knew we can't count on him for anything, so...
Hasn't this happened before?
Can't count on him for anything. He's just a scoundrel. He, probably saw a trollop.
And with that being said, this red-haired woman that you totally don't know, her name is Kate, is going to walk on... No. And she
Sunny's
walks
dead.
on over. Sunny is dead. And she walks over and she goes, Trollop, what are you talking about? Is it them men? I got rid of them already.
Who are you?
Who are you?
Who
You
are
guys
you?
look
I'm
like
the
you
one
want to
asking.
join the Adventurers Guild.
I'm
Kate.
I'm about to sacrifice... I mean, hi, Kate. Can we, help you?
Maybe you guys look like a very adventurous type, you two. Hanging out with my friend Gary, as he just like shakes his fist as he continues just hammering away at whatever he was doing.
I raise an eyebrow at Gary, inquisitively, in the kind of expression that says, do you know her?
And Gary just nods his head and goes, that's Kate, all right. The Adventurers Guild's favorite person, I'm sure.
Well, if you need something, talk to my attendant, and I walk away.
Mm.
That's you, Winslow. You're the attendant.
Since when am I your attendant?
Figure it out.
Do you not need to go with him? Doesn't he own you?
Winslow's like very hesitant and trying to think of the proper way to answer that without getting into too much trouble.
And she's kind of she's like, look, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter to me. I'm here looking for people to join the Adventurers Guild. And you all, as in you two, look like you're kind of needing work.
How to... Sorry, go on.
Well, what exactly needs to be done for this Adventurers Guild?
What a good question. Come with me. And she grabs your hand and just kind of like starts dragging you to the Adventurers Guild. And it's just like, come on now, as she's just kind of waddling you behind as like a child almost, just like has your hand and waddles you forward.
I'm keeping out of sight, but I'm following along.
Oh, she's about to go inside, so.
I'm gonna sneak inside.
Alright, let me just update our map here, because there's a many of folk that are not coming inside. Harbo, you'll just stand over there for now. You'll just go over there. So to get Ziminiar off the map. I was like, ooh. So you guys walk in this place, well, Winslow, you walk in, Miles, you sneak through the door as it's closing. And you see this place is packed. Like, there are people everywhere, and there is live music just kind of going off and dancing. Could you do a perception check for me? Ooh. Winslow, you're just, like, perplexed by the amount of people in here, and you just hold, like, Kate's hand, and you're just like, okay, this is great. And she, like, starts pointing things out. And Miles, you see that there may be a fight breaking out, like, over here in this corner next to the Jester.
Which corner?
And, this bottom corner, right?
Oh, I see it. That's
here. Yeah. They are kind of about to get into a fight. You see, like, people, like, having their fists up and getting ready to go. And she's like, and Kate's like, so, this is the Adventurers Guild. You need some coin? We got some missions for ya. Do you have any other people with you, or are you a solo traveler? Are you actually with that other guy? And anyone
yes,
else?
we did come together. His name is Miles.
Ah, okay. Cool. Anyone else? Or are you just you two?
There was another little fella with us. He changes colors quite often.
Oh, okay.
And we had another companion as well, but we're not sure where he went.
And she, like, kind of looks at you questioningly. Okay, well, for now we can at least get you inducted, unless you want to go and grab the other one, the colorful one, if you know where he's at.
Nah, he'll find his way.
Okay, if you say so. So she will then be like, all right, so here's how this place works. And she kind of drags you off into, like, a further, like, packed area as y'all are just weaseling through people. And you hear her, like, everyone's just calling Kate's name, like, Kate, you're back, blah, 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 blah. And she goes into this little booth, and she's like, don't worry, I'll get us a drink in a minute. So here's how this works. First, you gotta get inducted, so you have to do a few basic, very remedial jobs. And then after that, you then can start doing higher level stuff, like I do. Like, I go out and kill zombies, and, you know, do a bunch of fun stuff. Or just start investigating for the local guards and such. We're kind of, like, paid to hire people, you know? But not terrible like the Thieves Guild is. And lucky for you, you only got to do like one or two of these very basic minimal jobs. You get paid, and then you pretty much get your fun little badge of honor, and then you can start taking higher level ones. Or people can even start requesting you if you get high enough. Me and my companion are trying to get there right now, but she's looking for particular stuff, I guess. But you interested? And she, like, pulls out a flyer, and she's like, the two jobs that I think you guys would be great at, one's really simple, doesn't pay that much, but then there's another one that's willing to pay up to, like, 200 gold in total, so you'd have to split it among your team, but it seems like it's going to be a few days' travel. Do you guys have a few days?
I suppose we have some time. What exactly does that consist of?
Of course. And so she is going to show you all, it should be in your journals now, a little poster. It's called Adventure Guild Jobs. And she'll show this to you, Winslow, because unfortunately Miles can't really see it because he's not here. But,
We can.
yep, so those are the two jobs that she's like, got those offerings for you. Everything else is a bit higher up, so you can't do those yet. But if you've got a few days on your hand, would highly recommend taken it. I mean, honestly, you could probably do both of them, but it just depends on how much time you have left. What job are you guys currently doing? What are you doing now? What brought you here?
We've been on many adventures, and we've just happened to stroll upon this town in our downtime.
Oh. I see. Can you roll a fun deception check for me? Ooh. She looks at you very hard and she goes, "You're lying to me."
What makes you say that?
I just know. Not just that, I saw you guys travel in and leave with Harold. Captain Prince Harold, as she puts in quotes, as if she is beyond over it. She kind of stands on the table and then walks to the other side on the table and sits back down to look across from you. She goes, "Why are you lying to me? What is your actual purpose here?"
Well, we've just been doing some work with, he's still Prince Harold, right?
Yeah, he is.
With Prince Harold.
Mm-hmm. What work?
I'm just going with him on his tasks and adventures that he's set out to do.
Does it have anything to do with that old catacomb I heard about?
Well, what have you heard?
Something was found in there. Had a job recently out in those woods and we saw a bunch of people there. There was like a lightning that struck out and we bolted. And then we heard the other day that some people may have died. Unfortunately, some bandits were out there and we heard it through them.
We did have to do